Yes, children, you read that what are unicellular and multicellular organisms. So, a multicellular organism has many organs which do separate functions. Similarly, a unicellular organism does not have organ, but it does all the function just like a multicellular organism. A single-celled organism performs all the necessary functions which are done by a multicellular organism. A single-celled organism, like example is amoeba. Amoeba can, how does it eat the food? It captures the food and it captures the food through its body wall, and then the food enters the body of amoeba and it is digested. The amoeba does not have lungs, but it breathes and respires through its body line, through its body. It excretes, grows, and reproduces through its same cell. There are no separate organs. Similar functions in multicellular organisms are carried on by the organs which are special in the multicellular organisms. So the difference between unicellular and multicellular organisms is that multicellular organisms have got separate organs for doing separate work, whereas unicellular organisms do not have separate organs. Their single cell does all the function. Now the next is shape of cells. All the cells which we see around, they are not of same type, they have different shapes. In figure 8.3, if you see the shape of amoeba, it is irregular, it does not have any fixed shape. We may say that the shape of amoeba appears irregular. Amoeba has no fixed shape, unlike other organisms. Amoeba keeps on changing its shape, so its shape is irregular. The amoeba, if you see the picture, it has got outer body, it has got projections. The swollen parts of amoeba, they are called pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is the name given to, they are the feet of amoeba. They look like feet, but they are not feet, they keep on changing. The amoeba moves in water or the liquid with the help of pseudopodia. These projections appear and disappear. That means they increase and decrease, and then the amoeba moves or it digests the. If we talk about another cell like the white blood cell, in this picture there are three types of cell shown. One is the red blood cell, and then there is a nerve cell, then there are muscles. If we talk about the white blood cell, WBC, you have read it earlier. It is another example of a single cell which can change its shape. White blood cell does not have a fixed shape. It keeps on changing the shape. Now why some of the cells do not have shape? Some of the cells have shape. Some cells have got shape. Like, what shape will you expect in the organisms which have millions of cells? Like, we humans have got millions of cells. What shape is there of the cell? So if we see that all the cells in our body are not of same type, the cells in our body are having a shape depending upon the work which they do. The blood cell, the muscle cell, and the nerve cells, you are seeing the picture, they have different shape. The blood cells are round. Why are they round? Because these cells are microscopic, they are small, so they are round so that they can absorb oxygen from all sides and they can move inside the blood vessels easily. The nerve cell is long. The cells of a nerve cell are long, and why are they long? Because they have to send message. Then the cells of muscle, they are thin from the ends and thick from the middle. They are thick from the middle to give them strength, and they connect bones. Cells are generally round, spherical. Round means like a circle, spherical means like a ball, or they are elongated. And the fourth is the cells may be having a no shape. They exhibit spindle shape. Cells sometimes are quite long, some are branched like the nerve cell. In the picture you can see that one end of the nerve cell is having branches and the other end is narrow. The nerve cell receives and transmits messages which helps it to control and coordinate the work of the sending messages. Therefore, this nerve cell is long. So, in short, we can say that cells have shape depending upon the work which they Now you read that cells have got shape. Can you guess which part of the cell gives the shape to the cell? The components of the cell are enclosed in a membrane. Membrane means it is like a boundary. This membrane provides shape to the cell. This membrane is called the cell membrane. So every cell has got a cell membrane which gives it shape. Cell wall is an additional membrane. It is an additional boundary which covers over the cell membrane only in plant cells. So animal cells have got cell membrane, plant cells have got cell membrane, but plant cells have another membrane outside it which is called the cell wall. The cell wall gives shape and rigidity or strength to the cell. Size of the cells. The sizes of all the cells are different. Some of the cells are small, like the millionth of a micrometer, they may be very small. Some of the cells are big, so generally cells are called microscopic. However, most of the cells are microscopic in size and are not visible to unaided eye, means we cannot see a cell without the help of a microscope. These these cells need to be enlarged, and which is done with the help of a microscope. A microscope can magnify the image of a cell 1000 times, 50,000 times, and then it looks like a small dot. The smallest cell is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer in, which is a bacteria, and the largest cell is the egg of an ostrich. Now you will say that egg of an ostrich is so big, how can it be called a cell? Why is my bacteria a cell, whereas ostrich egg is also a cell? A bacteria is microscopic. It is made up of a single cell because the whole cell does one work. It all does the work on its own. It does not have any organs. Similarly, the egg of an ostrich, when there is no hatched out ostrich inside, it is made up of single cell. So it is single cell because it has got a single embryo or living organism which later on divides. That is why it is also called a cell. Inside you must have seen activity 8.2 shows that when you boil the egg, and what do you observe? There is a white material around the egg, then there is a yellow portion in the center. In the middle of the yellow portion, which is the egg yolk, there is a microscopic thing. If the egg is hen's egg is fresh, then you will not be able to see it. But if we boil the egg, the yellow part is yolk. It is the part of the single cell, and there a cell is in the middle which later on after few days forms a multiplied cell, which is the chicken. The size of the cell has a relation to the size of the body, meaning the cell is having a shape depending upon where it is situated. All the cells in different parts of the body will not have this.